Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. I need to start this video off with a serious confession. My name is King Squid Games, and I'm addicted to shiny hunting. Yes, I am one of those insane Pokemon fans who spend hours, days, months even, looking for those glorious sparkles and those miscolored pixels. I've done full-on shiny playthroughs, Masuda method, shiny chaining, you name it, I've put myself through it. Some of my highlights over the years are my Relicanthine Blue. This was my first ever shiny hunt at full odds on Omega Ruby, my Gigantamax Charizard, and if you've already seen my Shield Trashlock, you know about my shiny authentic Poltegeist. So I was scrolling through YouTube, as I always do, and I came across a video by PartyArlies where she shiny hunted for 24 hours on Legends Arceus.
I love Pokemon Legends Arceus and I love shiny hunting, so I challenged myself to shiny hunt in Legends Arceus for 24 hours.
And what a great idea that was. So I was inspired to follow her lead and do my own 24-hour shiny hunt in Legends Arceus. I spent so many hours playing this game, and I might have to say that this is my favorite game in the franchise. And that damn shiny sound, it just scratches my brain so right. To make things more interesting, I set some goals for myself in this challenge. I already have majority of the shiny Pokedex completed, but obviously I want to find Pokemon that I don't have registered ready, particularly Spiritomb and Unknown, as I don't have these two across any games. I only have 3 shiny alphas so far, so I would like to find some more, and my main goal is to find these dudes. This is my team from my first playthrough, and I would like to find shiny alpha versions of them all. Hisuian Samurott, Weirdeer, Ursaluna, Hisuian Goodra, Hisuian Arcanine, and Hisuian Electrode. And I've decided that I'll be giving away the shinies that I catch, so if you'd like any of them, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment which Pokemon you'd like. Now, it's time to get this 24-hour shiny hunt started.
3, 2, 1, go!
My shiny hunting process is to check out any mass outbreaks and massive mass outbreaks that appear on the map, as well as checking the static alphas to be as efficient with my time as possible and to try and find as many shinies as possible. Funnily enough, it only took me 6 minutes to find my first shiny, and it just had to be my arch nemesis, a Geodude. I've seen more shiny Geodudes than regular Geodudes at this point. Kanto, Alolan, Pokemon Go, Gen 9. I've even found a shiny Graveler on Gen 2, which is a 1 in 8,192 chance. And this is a perfect time to explain how shiny odds work in Legends Arceus. A full odd shiny is 1 in 4,096, a Pokemon with level 10 research is 1 in 2,048, and with the shiny charm, 1 in 819. Legends Arceus is one of the best ways to find shinies, so it's no wonder so many people love this game, me included. The day 1 luck continues, and 24 minutes in, we get our second shiny, which is a Starly. Surprisingly enough, even after countless hours of playing this game, this is actually a new entry in my shiny decks. One thing I wasn't crazy about in Legends Arceus was the battling format, and we get stuck encountering the 3 sisters during our hunt a few times. I am very excited, however, for Legends ZA, and I can't wait to see how the ZA Royale works, and if they stick with the same shiny mechanics. I'm holding off on buying a Switch 2 until the fall, but let me know in the comments if you already have yours and if you're enjoying it. Not long after, we find a shiny that we hear before we see, and it's a random Combee. Unfortunately for me, this one is a male, which means it's just about as pathetic as my subscriber count, but still a tally on the board for this hunt. Oh, how I miss day 1 and our amazing shiny luck we had back then. Another random encounter in the Coronet Highlands, and we find a Hisuian Sneasel. If you can't tell by my team, I love the Hisuian forms, and I love all the new Pokemon in this game. During a mass outbreak in the Crimson Mirelands, I come across a horde of Lickitungs, and to my luck, one of these dudes is golden. Fun fact, Lickitung's name in German is Schlurp, which is hands down one of the best names of all of Pokemon, and it's turned into one of my many vocal stems. Schlurp. That makes 5 shinies in just over an hour, and I gotta say we're doing pretty good so far. Another random shiny before the 2-hour mark, which is a Luxray. Alright. I'm not sure what this thing did to me, but watching this back, I seem to have a hate-on for this thing. Not to be dramatic, but I think this massive outbreak is where I peaked in life. In this single outbreak, we get a Hisuian Sliggoo, Quilava, and Hisuian Typhlosion, which are both new entries to the Pokedex. And once the massive outbreaks are done, we come across this random Golduck.
Oh, look at that. That's nice and shiny.
For those of you keeping track at home, that's 10 shinies in 2.5 hours. We continue our luck into day 2 with one of the coolest shinies of our hunt when we do a Gyarados mass outbreak. No way! Yeah. Oh, it's an alpha! And let me tell you, trying to catch an alpha in the water while being tormented by other Gyarados is not an easy task.
And well, no, I can do this. Don't.
Fuck this! But after several soft resets, we managed to catch this beauty and get the out of there. Red Gyarados is such an iconic Pokemon in the franchise, and having it be an alpha is even cooler. Psych, we kill this thing. We do not want to catch a Red Gyarados. This thing is bad. This is not good. We don't like this. Oh, I guess my opinion has changed between my first and third video. Anyway, approaching the 4-hour mark, we come across a Pokemon that, in my opinion, is very underrated, Paris.
That's hot.
We go a few hours without any shinies, but during a massive mass outbreak, we come across a Drifloon. Then, when a new horde spawns in, we find a Drifblim to complete this line. So I don't think this is as rare as a shiny, but has anyone ever come across this before? This Kirlia decided to climb a tree during an outbreak, and I can't say this is the only time that this happened during this hunt. Look, just a few minutes later, this Kleavor gets himself stuck in a tree. Now this is one of the low points of my shiny hunt, because just after that, I stumble into a mass outbreak of Cleffa to find this. By the time I can get out from being knocked down by the alpha, it's already gone, and we lose our first shiny of the hunt.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
And I wish I could say this is the only shiny we lose. Not wasting any time though, because a few seconds later, we hear another shiny before we can see it, and it turns out to be a Skuntank. Slightly panicked, because if I lose 2 shinies back to back, I think I'd have to call it quits. Lucky for both of my subscribers, we locate the skunk and it becomes our 15th shiny. We then find a Bibarel, which is actually a new entry into the Pokedex. Okay. And a Piloswine in a tree. We finish off day 2 with finding a Buizel during a massive mass outbreak. Wow. And a Bidoof in the middle of a Ponyta mass outbreak.
Yes! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
That brings our total up to 18 shinies after 8 hours. Day 3 starts off a little rough, and we spend 2 hours without a single find. But then, during a massive outbreak, we find a golden Misdreavus. Our next shiny is another Gen 2, and one of my all-time favorites, Shiny Teddiursa. Ideally, this would have been an alpha, so we could evolve it into an Ursaluna, but nonetheless, we'll still take it. When this game came out, I spent so many hours trying to find a shiny Hippopotas that I declared it to be one of my nemesis. So I was quite happy when I found this Hippowdon during a massive mass outbreak. Ironically, the next shiny we find is in fact a Hippopotas.
Let's do this.
But this speed demon takes off, I try to save, and I'm not quick enough, and we lose out on our second shiny.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yeah, I'd have to say this solidifies Hippopotas as my nemesis. But there's no time to sulk because our next shiny is way cooler.
No way.
I find a shiny Alvahaunter, and you know I make sure to save right away. It's huge! Gaspar! Alvahaunter makes our 22nd shiny and definitely our coolest one so far. But do you know what's even cooler than a shiny Alvahaunter? A Ponyta in a tree.
Excuse me?
While doing another massive mass outbreak, we come across this shiny Purloin. Somehow we went almost 14 hours without getting a double, but our first duplicate shiny of the hunt is Quilava. The shiny gods are looking down on us because we are just finding shiny after shiny here.
Another one, thank you.
Only a few minutes after our last one, and we find a Chatot. This next find is the type of shiny that drives me crazy. After hearing the sound, I spend the next eternities trying to find wherever the hell this Pokemon is.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep, cannot dream tonight.
Turns out, this Nosepass was underneath me the whole time, living in a cave. I feel like this is a point in our shiny hunt where things start to go downhill. 26 shinies in 16 hours isn't bad, but it's also not great. And the luck just dwindles from here. It takes about 2 hours to find our next shiny, which is a Piplup. That makes 4 Pokemon on day 4, which brings us to a total of 27 shinies. We start off day 5 with a nice red Dusclops. Followed by another red shiny, Skorupi.
You're all gorgeous and you come for money.
In my opinion, Skorupi is one of the best shinies out there, and it makes me really sad when I look at Drapion. I decided to put a pause on the massive mass outbreaks and mass outbreaks to just explore the map for a change.
No! God, please, no! No!
And don't I come across this monstrosity of a shiny? Good old Bronzong. Only 10 minutes later, we find another awesome shiny, Hisuian Quillfish.
Oh my god.
I somehow managed not to be murdered by these guys, and then I immediately hightail it out of there. During these 24 hours, I must have checked hundreds of trees looking for a shiny to pop out, but I'm sorry to report that we do not get that lucky. But who knows, maybe in the future. We're approaching the end of our 24 hours, and with just over 4 hours left, we find a shiny Happiny.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
During a mass outbreak of Hisuian Voltorbs, we come across this Black Beauty, and I'll go on the record and say this is my favorite shiny of this entire game. Then, its friends proceed to murder us. But then, on our way back to camp, we run into another teammate, but once again not an alpha.
Disgusting!
Hours 20 to 22 is where we absolutely start eating.
Ate and left no crumbs.
We find not one, but two shiny Chimchar. Bergmite.
Iceberg, right ahead!
Beautyfly.
Do a flip! Yo.
Budew. Staravia. And a Duskull. We're getting down to the wire, and it's time for us to clock in as we only have 2 hours left to find our last couple shinies. My plan is to fly over outbreaks to see if we get a shiny in the first 4, unless it's something that I really want, so we can try and not waste any time. But waste time is exactly what we did for the next 120 minutes. After what feels like forever, we find this glorious blue shiny Psyduck. And I now present to you the final shiny of our 24-hour hunt.
It's Pikachu!
Close, but not quite. Pichu is the final shiny Pokemon we find in this hunt. And there is 24 hours. I think we should take a look at all the shinies we caught and see just how well we did. We ended our hunt with 44 shinies, which is just under a box and a half. That works out to be 1 shiny every hour and 50 minutes. Out of 44 shinies, 15 were found randomly around the map, and 29 during an outbreak, and luckily, we only lost 2 of those. Overall, I'm quite happy with our results. We found 2 shiny alphas, which are great finds. We got a few new entries to the Pokedex, and overall, this was just a super fun challenge. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for these shinies, so if you'd like anything you've seen in the video, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment which shiny you would like. Depending on how much interest this video gets, I may give all the shinies to one person, I may give one to several people, who knows. Also, keep an eye out for my next video, which there may have been a little Easter egg somewhere in this video. If you notice it, leave a comment below letting me know that you found it. I have been King Squid Games, and thanks for watching. Squid, do you have anything to say?